Man, there is nothing like technical difficulties literally 2 minutes before we try to go live. Welcome, everybody, to session 19 of Heroes of Absalom on this wonderful, wonderful daylight savings time day thing. I know at least two of us, myself included, had quick existential crises as our computers and phones did not match times, and therefore we had to Google what time it was in this crazy world.
I felt like I passed through a wormhole and like lost multiple hours of my day. It was really strange.
They even live in the same apartment. They did this early.
Independently of each other.
Can't have been a coincidence then. Can't have been a coincidence.
But thank you so much for joining us today. I think we're going to start off with a quick rules discussion, funnily enough. Quick rules discussion. So,
I love those.
in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, we have what are called archetypes, which are essentially options that, starting at second level, sometimes even earlier, depending on what you take, where it gives you additional feats to choose from, and it gives your character like extra flavor. So, for instance, Dr. Forsyth, as we already know, took the medic archetype?
Medic. Yeah.
Which improves a lot of his healing from the actions, the non-spell actions that he takes to heal people. Well, that being said, I am widely lauded as one of the most generous and beneficent of GMs.
I think the most.
It is known. And as such,
It is known.
I have decided, against my better judgment, to allow the parties to take what is known as the free archetype variant. What this means is at level 2, everyone gets a free archetype. This means they don't have to spend their level 2 class feat option on class feats or archetypes. They can choose a free archetype to take without any penalties. And each time they hit an even level, so 2, 4, 6, 8, so on and so forward, they get a free feat from that archetype. So, I was talking with a lot of these guys as we were playing, in between sessions about their characters and what they want to do with them. And it seems like there was a lot of love for this archetype system. So I just decided, well, why not just let them take it, let the characters kind of evolve from that, and not penalize them for wanting to have that kind of splash of flavor added in. So what we're going to do real quick before we jump in is go around and talk about what everyone has decided to do with their newfound choices.
Maybe.
Who wants to go first?
I can start because mine's pretty simple. So I am transitioning my medic archetype that I took at level 2 to become my free archetype. So in place of the free archetype, I am picking a second level class feat. And I'm picking a combat feat, which is rare for the doctor.
Whoa.
But I figure this will
Wow.
give me some more impact in combat besides just my healing capabilities. It's an ability called Shared Stratagem. So whenever I am successful with my Devise a Stratagem ability, where I try to like foresee what my opponent is going to do, I can designate an ally who, on the creature I'm hitting, the ally or the creature is flat-footed to my ally as well. So it can give a boost to one of my party members in combat. So I'm very excited that.
And that's
all
a
these
free
classes-
action?
It's just
happens.
it's triggered.
Oh, wow.
It's triggered on a successful Devise a Stratagem.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't take an action to do. It just happens, which is pretty cool. So I'm very excited about that.
Next.
I'll go next. So I had taken originally an archetype at second level, so I am transferring that over to the free archetype. I don't know if we've actually divulged what it is
Don't
yet.
think we have.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that then. Still.
Ooh.
Yeah, secrets.
Secrets.
Um,
Secreteers!
The Secreteers,
No.
yes.
Hell Knight archetype.
In place of that, I am going to be taking the class feat for Swashbuckler, which is a reaction called Charmed Life. And basically, as a reaction, I can, before rolling a saving throw, add 2 to it.
Oh,
Very
that's
cool.
really interesting. Yeah.
So only once per turn, since it's a reaction, and you only get one reaction
Only
per
once.
turn.
Yes.
But
Every turn.
Still
you know,
really
every
good.
turn on a saving throw. Yeah,
as
so
long
good.
as I remember, yes, yes.
Okay. So that's
On
fun.
to Jack.
So Kashak already had a archetype when he came onto the party. He had the Scout dedication, which allowed him
Ooh.
to alert his party members to danger. It would also give me some benefits if we were ever to travel over land, but it basically lets him just sort of like play more as the scout, as the front leader of the party in combat
I
situations.
don't know if we knew that.
It technically gives the Scout's Warning Ranger feat, which is originally a 4th level feat, but it gives it to me at 2nd level, which is super cool.
Pretty good.
The
Nice.
3 archetype that I took is the Archer dedication, also thematic for Kashak. It does literally nothing when I take it the first time at this level, but it will allow me to make really cool choices down the road with all those other free archetype choices, like Will said, at 4, 6, 8, 10 if he gets there. It will allow him to become a little bit more skilled with the bow he's using.
So this is a stonks choice.
Oh yeah. I'm investing for the future.
Rainy day investment, yes.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Bastro.
Bastro, he first took the class feat just so he could heal his friends. So the free archetype he's taking is the Linguist archetype. So he gets to learn 4 new languages. So Bastard knows 10 languages now.
Is that all?
And also, since he was trained in society when he took it, he becomes an expert in society now, which is pretty big at level 2. So
Broken.
Yeah, that is.
I'll have an extra skill increase at level 3 for some other skill.
I'm not sure if
So-
we've talked about the way proficiency works in really detail here, but it's a mainstay from a lot of other tabletop role playing games. Doesn't 5th edition use a proficiency system? Isn't that how that works?
Yes.
It's a little different than how
It
Sec
is
2
different, but
It's not the same
yeah.
thing, but proficiency is not a new concept for role-playing games, but it is new for Pathfinder. So 2nd edition switched from like skill ranks over to proficiency. So different characters have different proficiency levels with the various skills that exist in the game, and those are determined by a number of factors like your background, your class that you took, if there are sometimes class features that give you proficiency in things. There's a bunch of different ways you can become proficient with something, but there is like trained, expert, master, and legendary. As Dan said, being an expert at level 2 is really, really cool because you're usually supposed to get a skill increase at level 3, which then allows you to become an expert in 1 skill. So as he said, he could be an expert in 2 skills at level 3, which is really, really cool. And it just affects your bonus to your modifier, or it affects your modifier to your rolls for that skill. The ending number will be higher depending on the higher your proficiency is. So
I think another thing.
Ben's
Oh, go
an expert too, right? In medicine, or
I'm an expert in medicine and society.
what?
oh wow,
What?
never
The-
mind.
The investigator
What?
gets a skill increase every level starting at second.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
I believe I'm
rogue
an expert
feature.
in acrobatics also.
What?
The swashbuckler.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
is
need.
the same
I'm
thing.
gonna need you all to check that you can get to expert, because just because you have a proficiency increase does not mean you can bump it to expert.
No, I am not an expert in acrobatics.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I
Yeah.
just have a shirt.
I do know that investigators and rogues can become experts with their first skill increase at level
Yeah.
4. That
Yeah.
is like the thing about those classes.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted
Yeah,
to put
mine specifically says that at second level, I can become trained in 1 skill I'm not trained in, or
I
become
can't
an
hear Ben
expert
anymore.
in a skill.
Oh, I still
Can
hear.
anyone else hear?
Yeah.
I can hear Ben.
That was weird. Everybody's frozen for me.
Oh.
oh.
He gets it caught up with us.
It's anything.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. It's all good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Everything's
We are
caught up.
back.
We're good. We're good. Okay.
So Bastro
Yeah,
now speaks 10 languages. I think something we often overlook too is that just by default, every character in Pathfinder is a polyglot just for fun. And
There are
then
just too many languages for
and then all of a
just
sudden,
for them not to be
Bastro is a walking thesaurus and Rosetta Stone. So
All those times teaching at the university, he just picked up on a few.
Yeah.
languages.
You're Milo
on
from
you.
Atlantis, and you got it though.
Yo, that's whoa. Wait a minute.
you
that's
gotta
actually-
work
I feel
work
like-
backwards across 4 different ancient languages to figure out the one that you both commonly understand.
Parlez-vous français? Oui, monsieur. Anyway.
Well, our characters picked up some really cool stuff, and they will continue to grow in those specialty fields as they hopefully survive and level up. But before they can do that, we've got to jump back in to the game. So, we return to our manic mob of magnificent misfits as they continue their delve into the Undercity below Eastgate.
Are you gonna start over once you hit?
You've got to survive
There's
that
gotta
long
be a
to
limit,
find
right?
out.
Are you gonna hit? Are you gonna go to like double A and then A B and
You
then A C?
gotta live long enough to find out.
Okay.
Pursuing the mysterious Jeremy Hoff, the group takes their new friend Desmond's advice.
Wait, like me as a person, I have to live long enough because like my character can die, but then I'll still be in the game. So you're like saying that if I die before we get to Z,
The probability goes up the more you interrupt my intro.
that's fair enough. Yeah.
So, keep that in mind. The group takes their new friend Desmond's advice on how to get into the establishment known as the House of Plains, Jeremy's exclusive club, via an abandoned escape tunnel in the back of the building. They descend hundreds of feet into the earth below the Eastgate district via a tunnel in an old graveyard, and are quickly met by their first challenge, a gelatinous cube, which paralyzed and attempted to eat multiple characters. They continue on after defeating the creature to find a group of undead creatures beating back against a wooden barricade at the end of a chamber. The creatures notice them and change their attention to the intruding group. The undead are swiftly dealt with, though curiously, the final killing blow is landed by an arrow which was loosed from behind the barricade. You hear a quick cheer of 2 small voices as they laud their success. And we return to the map. We return to the map indeed, as we are now left with Kashak chilling on a crumbling piece of wall.
Hanging out.
The last of these undead creatures slumping into the dirt on the floor. The remainder of the group around it as it falls. As I mentioned, you heard at the end here this wooden barricade, from behind which you hear 2 soft voices which seem, after their outburst, to quiet down, knowing that there are other people on the other side. What would you all like to do?
Kashak would like to walk over to the other side of the ravine here along the wall. So if you can just go like boom and then over to the floor here.
Sure.
And kind of like tuck behind the wall if at all possible.
Twinkletoes would like to test this bridge for security
Sure.
before crossing.
It does look shoddily constructed. However, you gingerly place 1 foot on it, kind of lean into it. It feels sturdy enough. Then again, you are not necessarily the most massive of persons.
That's true. I'm gonna go across.
Able to make it across without any ill effects.
I would like to tuck over here.
Could the
That's
doctor roll like a perception check to see if us human-sized folk would have any ill effects on it?
You could, yeah.
I'd like to do the same thing. Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
while they do that, bastards just go walk across it.
Yeah,
I
as
rolled a
you,
22
as
perception.
Kashak and Forsyth are like analyzing the structure of the bridge, making sure the tresses and cross bracing is up to OSHA standards. Bastro just walks across and doesn't seem like anything.
27 perception on the bridge. Can I see what kind of wood it's made out of?
It's like, what are you guys doing?
It's made from like scrap
you guys
wood.
staring at the bridge so intently.
It's all just pallets. It's pallets that have been nailed together.
Pallets. Okay.
I like to imagine that the doctor got down really low, like looking at the wood very closely, and then Bastard just like steps right where the doctor
Right.
is. So the doctor just follows across.
Yeah,
Sure.
Bastard's gonna go up to this where the arrow came from, basically, and he's gonna call out in common and be like, "Is anyone there? Are you all okay? Were they trying to hurt you?"
Ooh. Let me just, before we get into the response, let me just fail to polygon reveal on roll 20.
Sick. Yeah, Kashak's kind of looking over to the left here as well. He saw the arrow come from over here, but he's a little bit more concerned about like the other side of the wall. What's going on there?
Sure.
I didn't even realize there was an opening.
Kashak, you would have walked past all of this as well.
So quick, that looks like doors. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of look in, and it appears to be like load-bearing walls of what was once some kind of structure. It's now just part of this cavern as it holds up what semblance of ceiling there is above you.
Yeah.
And
11 perception in there. Anything interesting that I noticed?
nah, it's all just rubble, and it's this strange. I maybe set the setting again. It's really strange because it's a cave that is the walls of which are built out of what looked to be a street level of a city at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this really strange feeling to this underground area, because it is like you are walking in a city underground, but everything around you is like crumbling. You see masonry and pillars, columns, and marble that has been like crushed under the weight, some of which being crushed into load-bearing walls. Some of the like shorter walls still standing because it hasn't necessarily come under the pressure, but it's just ancient, much older than anything that would have been built down here by anybody that was using it. So as far as the barricade goes, before we get to the response to Bastar's question, you see what appears to be like a hastily constructed, similar to the bridge here, although the bridge doesn't look necessarily as shoddy. It had some intent behind the bridge, at least, or some planning at least. This barricade is a loose collection of like small boulder-sized pieces of rubble and scrap wood. You see at the back of it what looks to be like a cart that has been turned up on one side as part of this wall, a crate that has been like lashed to it, and like rubble that has just been chucked into a kind of mound. It's hard to see through because there is like a distinct solidness to the barricade, but you notice that there's like 4 or 5 inches of space between the top of the barricade and like this, I hesitate to say natural arch, but this arch that is created of this doorway. Bastro, what did you say again?
I just said, I think it was like, is anyone there? Do you need help? Did those creatures hurt you? Stuff like that. Like, he's just want to see if they're okay. Because originally the creatures were clawing at that barrier, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it appeared that the undead creatures were attempting to break in to whatever is back there. You hear some whispers as you are now addressing whomever happens to be behind. Hear some whispers, like almost chittering in a strange, like small voice, back and forth, back and forth. And one of the voices eventually speaks up in common. Are you from the outside? From the top surface level?
We are, yes. We were just traveling down here, and we saw those hideous creatures trying to attack your barrier, and then they came after us. But we were able to deal with them,
And
so they shouldn't be a threat.
and they're gone.
They are gone.
And you see like a little board next to the cart, kind of like dip down, like it's being pulled, and you see two small clawed rat-like hands that like reach up over the top and like pull down, and you see a disheveled brown furred face with two beady eyes and an elongated nose kind of pop up right above. Looks around quickly, puts it back, and then you hear the creaking of wood as the cart is pulled back ever so slowly until it falls back into its normal position to reveal a small chamber on the other side of the barricade. Now, there's still like rubble and stone and scrap pieces in the entryway here. However, you see two small rat folk on the other side here.
Can we enter?
Cool.
You can certainly attempt to. They seem to be still nervous about your presence here, a little on edge. One of them still has a bow drawn.
Bastro, keep that. Give them their space.
Yeah, no, Bastard's not going to attempt to go in. He's gonna from outside the barrier. He's gonna ask, "Are you guys hurt in any way? Do you need any first aid?" You can put the bow down too. We're not enemies here. Hopefully.
Right.
The doctor steps up also when Bastra says that, and he shows that he's holding his healing tools.
And,
I think
Kentuck will stash his bow and go retrieve his arrows while this kind of goes on.
They kind of look back and forth. The one that was addressing you on the left here, in like a green hood, and simple like cloth clothing. No, we're all right. We managed to get the barricade up before they came down. But pardon us for being wary of. We've been a bit on edge recently.
No, that's understandable for sure.
Perfectly understandable. Is there anything we can do for you?
No.
Before we move on?
No, I think we're just going to pack our things and be on our way.
Well,
right. Well,
my name is Bastro, and just introduce myself.
Bastro, we should probably get a move
Well, maybe we could help them or something. I don't know. Or they could help us. We don't really know where we are. Or do we still have that? We have a map, right? Or do we not have a map?
No.
No map. Yeah. So maybe we should ask for directions.
Or if there's anything else down here that might kill us.
That too. Yeah. They're a source of information. Bastro is gonna turn to them again. Can I get your guys' names? Just so.
Yes, I am Kecker, and this is Gref.
Kecker and Gref, nice to meet you.
We are known as the Whisker Brothers, and he does like a slight bow, but still like keeping his head up, eyes leveled on the lot of you. Gref does like a little like nod, and then goes back to packing what looks to be like goods, fruit and cloth, like into satchels.
Can I ask what you guys are doing down here?
Oh, we are humble merchants, providing goods from upstairs to the downstairs, as you
Can I
might
get
say.
sense motive on that, or
Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll a perception.
Merchants from the upstairs to the downstairs.
19.
You look around. They look to have, like, as I mentioned, like bundles of goods. What look to be like everyday goods. Fresh fruits. You see vegetables. What look to be like simple worked metals, like rings and necklaces of no fine quality. And textiles. Some dyed, some very plain, some worked, like tunics and whatnot, some just blank cloth, bolts of fabric. But the vast majority of it seems to be like fresh produce, or at least reasonably fresh produce. And
I think the doctor. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, they continue to pack these bags. You notice that everything was kind of like flung out. Looks like when they tipped their cart over, everything kind of just like tumbled out of the cart into this little cavern area, and they have been since worried more about the defense than getting their goods back together. But Gref is eagerly, quickly packing things back up while Kecker keeps an eye on you.
The doctor looks around kind of nervously at this cavern, and he'll step up and ask, "Besides the two ghouls, was there anything else down here that was trying to attack you? Was it just the ghouls?"
It's it's funny that you mention that. See, we were just going that way, towards the Darklands, though we don't go into the Darklands. And he like points towards this southern area here, like past a bend that you can't see. Technically can't see, even though I revealed it. But some strange flying creatures came up out of the tunnels and attacked us as we were trying to make a trade negotiation. So we ran up here, and it was just our luck that as we got here, the ground shifted and trapped us in, while simultaneously loosening the dirt from up there. And he points out past you up to the north. There appears to be like a little like landslide, or like gravel slide into the chamber, which apparently led back up to a graveyard somewhere for those things to get at us.
And I think we had looked at that, and it didn't seem like a reasonable way back up, right?
No, it's like loose gravel and dirt and rock that has just like slid in.
So this creature's like slid through the earth, not like walked down here.
Yeah.
Most likely. Okay.
And I'll even do a little more of this. It just like goes up.
Yeah, okay.
And it's like, it's very steep. It's like 30, 40 degrees up into the wall. And it just looks like almost like a chute of like loose stone and particle that has just slid down.
And by the way, before you continue, if Kashak notices that like a bunch of their stuff is spilled and Keka's trying to pick it up, I think he'll just like slowly step up and try to help put stuff back in the cart. He's got pretty big hands.
And as you reach for one of the bags on the ground, Keka kind of just like, no, it's all right. It's fine. We've got it. Thank you.
He'll step back on.
We'll take care of it. Thanks.
Us.
Yeah, they're being weird.
Well, these creatures in the
Can I roll a sense motive on that?
Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception.
so while she's doing that, these creatures that flew and attacked you, do you need help dealing with them? It sounds like they were in your way.
Oh no, we're not going back there. But sure.
That was a 17.
More than welcome to go and do whatever it is you're down here to do. That was a what for your total?
17.
17. It seemed like he didn't want Kashak touching his stuff.
So what are you guys gonna do now? You just gonna go back to the surface?
Oh yeah, we're gonna wait this one out. See what happens down here. With,
you two are pretty familiar with like the layout of the of down here, right?
Yeah.
Well, not much farther past here, but if you have any questions, and like Gref hefts crates and like two sacks back onto the cart. And this is like a little hand cart, maybe like 6 feet long, 2 feet wide, with, you know, 2 crates and 4 of these linen sacks on it that have now been all righted and, for the most part, now situated.
Can we tell what's in them?
Roll perception.
Yeah, I think the doctor wants to know that.
The master's gonna whisper to the doctor. He's gonna ask, "Should we ask him about the House of Plains?" I'm not sure if that's something that's allowed to be talked about or not. You know,
We got pretty dicey reactions about it last time we asked about somebody about it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if we want to be throwing around that. Also, I don't know if we want to be throwing around that we're looking for that. And also, I think it's a poor idea if other people know that we're entering through it secretly. We should keep the amount of people that know that to just us.
Yes.
Perhaps we should ask for a detailed description of the creatures that assaulted them, the flying creatures.
Sure, yeah. Do you have any? Go ahead, Will.
I was gonna say, what were the totals on those perceptions?
I rolled a 21 to look at their like stuff and what they have.
Yeah, I mean, you're not saying anything that I haven't already told you about, like lemons, tomatoes, cabbage.
It seems like these two are genuine merchants.
These are things that,
the Whisker Brothers.
like,
just a little shifty about it. Yeah.
these are things that you would genuinely not.
They don't trust people from the top side. You know, that's probably what it is. So.
Right.
And it's stuff that you would assume does not grow underground. So
yeah.
Whatever kind of civilization might be in the Underdark, they just happen to have found a niche in the market.
Yeah.
But you do get the sense that they're being shifty. That, you know, hopefully that seems like it's being correctly portrayed. They seem very eager to collect their things and go.
Yeah.
Do they seem like nervous and anxious about the creatures, or do they seem nervous and anxious about the whole situation? Like, they said, like, oh, we're just trying to get the hell out of the way from these flying things, or like, no, we're trying to get the hell out of the way of you and everything else.
It's hard to tell. You look into the room, and they were trapped in this, like, 5x5, so like 25 by 25 cavern with nothing but their goods and a bow, and these two, how would I describe it? They are both reasonably armed. You see that both of them have bows. Gref was the one who was shooting prior. But they both have these interesting, like, almost daggers. They're known as, actually, if anyone would like to roll society, it's not going to be too hard.
I'll roll it with my expert society.
Natural one.
That'll be a 19.
19.
16.
16. Bastro and Forsyth, you're both familiar with, they are punching daggers or blades known as Katar. Katar. In the hands of a rat folk, they're more like daggers. But you're familiar with that they, for larger, you know, humanoid creatures, can be decently sized blades. So they are definitely armed. And they look pretty nice.
Well, maybe we can help you get your cart across that bridge and then part ways.
And as you're saying that, Gref is like now pulling and trying to, pulling the hand cart behind him, walk up the rubble here. Hand cart behind him. And gets like to here and just kind of looks back and forth at Bastor and Forsyth.
Get the hell out of my way.
I fucking step to the side.
And then Gref like Kecker hefts the back of the cart up over with a grunt over the barricade. I think we've got it. We're just going to be.
You look like you've got it. All right.
We're just going to be going then.
Bye.
Good luck
Nice
with
to meet you.
those things.
Those things you mentioned, real quick, what did they look like specifically again?
And Gref continues with the cart. Once he gets to the other side, he starts like speed walking almost with the cart. Out of sight.
Strange interaction.
I know, yeah.
Happened.
Oh yes. Well, there are heads with bat wings coming out of the ears, and tentacles under the jaw.
And they're
I'd like to
flying.
roll a recall
Yeah,
knowledge.
yeah,
description.
same.
Sure.
What? Cultism, maybe? Is that what that?
Sounds like Cthulhu.
There's definitely some kind of Lovecraftian nonsense.
It's either going to be occultism or religion. Just give me 2 seconds to double check. I
hope
believe.
it's occultism.
Also, there are 2 doors overhead I don't want us to forget about, so I think that Kashak will kind of meander over there once the rat folk leave and
Where?
try to listen
Are
to
there
the doors.
doors?
On the
It's
right
gonna
side.
On
be,
the right side here.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be religion.
Okay.
Damn it.
I will recall knowledge on religion.
14.
14.
Natty 18 for a 25.
Natty
25.
18 for if it's religion, 22.
So,
Not as good.
you are familiar with the concept of these creatures because one of the main adverse effects of fighting them is the chance to become one yourself. They are creatures known as Varghouls or Vargheels.
Oh, Vargui. Yeah.
Or Vargui, depending on how
Vargui.
French you want to make it.
Vargui.
Uh,
Hate those things.
They are fiends, flying fiends, small sized, but they are literally flying heads, which reproduce by basically paralyzing their victims, biting them, injecting them with the disease, and the disease turns the victims, into new Varghil over a slow and very painful process by which your head literally becomes a Vargui, as it is attached to your body, eventually popping off and flying away on its own.
Yikes.
I hate that.
Yeah, so I
Sounds great.
Any door besides that one is cool with Kashak. Let's not.
The doctor, I think, looks over and maybe sees Twinkle Toes like reacting similarly to how the doctor is when, which one was this? When Kecker is describing it, and the doctor will just say, "Yes, these are horrible, horrible vermin,
Yeah.
fiendish creatures."
Yeah, let's check for other options before we go.
I
forward.
completely agree, Twinkle Toes, and the doctor will share all the information also.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like my head as a fiend would be pretty badass, but
So
it's
are the
not worth it, you know?
are the Whisker brothers like long gone by now?
Kecker is still within sight, but he's like turning the corner now. So if there's any last thing you want to ask him,
Oh. Get out of
Bastro,
here.
he's gonna like sit down against this wall here, and then you guys see him like close his eyes, and then Peter's eyes are gonna kind of have like a different glow to it, and Peter's gonna follow Kecker there for a little bit.
You're barking.
So I'll be acting as Peter right now, following Kecker here just for a little bit.
Okay.
I only have like a mile range.
sure.
Does anyone tell Kashak what this is? Because Kashak's freaking out.
I mean the others should know what it is, but Twinkle Toes has seen it in action before.
I think the doctor will look at Kashak and sort of give a sly eye and be like, "Bastro, no, what happened?"
And Kashak will like jump to him and start like shaking him. Just like what
No,
is-
no.
I don't even know you're doing this right now. Like
Yeah.
I have
It's
zero
fine.
connection to my
He's-
body.
He's doing this thing. He has this connection to his bird friend. Sometimes he can like zoom into the bird. So like he's not in there right now.
Oh, all right, okay. I apologize for my hasty jostling of our new friend.
My limp
It's okay,
body's
I
just in
think-
your hands right now. I'm just like,
I'm like holding Bastro's hand, just like half his height.
Well, I should wait
Right.
before opening this door or listening to it until we have our fourth friend back.
I think you can go ahead and listen in and, like, see if you can hear anything on the other side. Maybe check it for some traps. I can go check the other one.
Yeah, let me do some perceppies. Do you want two different, one for listening, one for traps?
Yeah, in whatever order you'd like to do those.
So listening at the door, 25 perception.
Okay.
And then I'm looking for traps here. That's going to be a 15.
15. Listening at the door, it sounds almost like similar to like a seashell, where you hear just that like
The ocean.
echoey vacuum on the other side. Maybe a small chamber
Okay.
on the other side. Seems like there's no active noise, but maybe you like hear the footstep behind, and you vaguely hear the reverberation of the footstep on the other side of the door. Seems like a small chamber, no traps as far as you can tell.
Can I very quickly do the same thing on this other door?
Don't even need to roll. Similar idea.
Cool. Good, because I dropped my die.
I'm not expecting much from this room, so I think we're fine to go in.
I mean, I still want to find out where the Whisker brothers go.
Yeah, we'll get to that here in a second. We'll cut
Yeah,
to that
alright, cool.
once we figure out what's going on the other side here, because this is happening as you're following.
Yeah. Kashak will wait for a signal from somebody before we go in, because he's not sure.
Chuck, did you hear anything on the other side?
Just sounds like seashells.
What? Chuck, are you okay?
Sounds like a sack of seashells just rustling around in a bag.
It's very.
Oh no, are the Vargui morphing into seashells now? Oh no, they're learning.
It sounds like if you collected all the seashells on the earth and stuffed them into a closet. It's a very strange thing.
That's what it sounds like.
No, he'll just describe it. It sounds like a roughly empty chamber.
I think we're good to open this door then.
I will turn the door open.
Looks like it
Nice.
was at one point a room or a building. The various collapsing of the walls and the cavern around it has now just left it a tiny empty chamber.
I'll go ahead and crack this bad boy
The
open,
door,
too.
like these wooden doors, essentially almost crumbling to dust in your hand as you're pushing them open.
Okay.
They just fall over.
Same deal. Same deal.
Okay.
This
Any-
was at one point a building. It is now very much not.
Any perception necessary in these rooms?
If you'd like to do one, you're more than
other
welcome to.
things. Yeah.
The doctor will do one. The
I'll
doctor
go-
will go to the upper room.
Yeah, I'll go southern door. 21 on this bottom southern
21.
door.
18 on the upper one.
There's nothing in here.
What's the point? All right, fine.
As that is going on, Bastro is following on the wings of a dove the Whisker brothers. You see Kecker is now like jogging to get back with his brother, and you kind of like round a corner and find them at the base of the stairs here as they're like lashing ropes over the cart to like secure all of the goods, getting everything tied to the cart, and then tying the cart to each other as they are now attempting to basically
Drag it up.
drag the cart up the stairs. It seems like they don't usually have a full cart when they're making the trip back, because they're both grumbling under their breath. This is the most we've ever had to carry up the steps. How are we even gonna get this thing all the way up and out of the... this is gonna be a mess. The ladder's gonna be terrible. Oh my god.
We're gonna take up the ladder. What's the plan?
Well, it's much easier to get things down. You would
They
assume
just-
the ladder
they
and then
just
back up.
bring-
They just drop it down.
I'm so confused.
I know, I'm so confused by this NPC interaction.
But as it looks like they're about to leave, Kecker says, "Wait, one moment," and he like pulls out a belt pouch and is like flipping through it. You hear the clink of what sounds like small glass bottles clinking against each other, and you hear him counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's the last one? And he like turns back. I don't think we'll be able to get it. We've got to go. We've got to get out of here. Just go. And they start hauling it up. If you continue to follow them, they're just making their way out the same way you got in.
I'm so
Gotcha.
confused.
All right. I think Bastro has seen enough. He'll fly back to his original body, and he'll come back to his normal senses in his normal body, and he'll tell the group what he saw, and also about the glass bottles. And I think now he's gonna like roll perception in like every room just to look for this glass bottle because it sounds like they might have dropped it somewhere. But yeah,
Let's keep our eyes peeled for that.
keep your eyes peeled for a glass bottle or something like that filled with.
When you obviously return to your body, Kashak will step forward and drop to one knee in front of you and say, "My friend Bastro, it was the most horrifying moment of my life when I thought I had lost you, and I promise you I will never fail you again. I will be at your side any time that you choose to become that creature."
Kashak, you haven't failed me yet, okay? You've been awesome so far. Don't get up. Bastro's gonna like help Kashak up, dust off the dirt off his clothes and shit. And then Bastro's gonna be like, "You're a good member of this team, you know. I'm really happy that you joined the secret tiers."
Thank you, Bastro. It is clear to me why you are the de facto leader of this group.
He'll just sort of walk away.
Excuse me?
He will just quickly walk away.
The doctor walks past Bastro and just rolls his eyes hard at Bastro.
Bastro's gonna look at Twinkletoes and just like shrug, just like give her a smug grin.
Twinkletoes would like to perception check this door.
So, as you round that
Oh,
corner,
yeah,
you
wow.
notice, actually, there's no door there. In fact, there is a rather large boulder, as it looks like the walls around the door have caved in on it. Hence why they were trapped in this little area. So you can attempt to move the boulders with an athletics check.
Did we know we were coming in? Like we were going through the Darklands to get to the House of Plains, or did I thought we
This
said
is
like
still not technically the Darklands.
It's like
Okay.
a way to the Darklands, but
You-
it's not the Darklands.
Desmond notified you that at some point, something from the Darklands had made its way up and had broken a tunnel
Yeah.
into the Undercity. This is still the Undercity.
Mhm.
The like layers of ancient Absalom that have been built over. But at some point, something had come up from the Darklands, breaching a tunnel that connects down to the Darklands.
Right? Okay.
Whether or not
So
you
is
actually
it-
have to go through the Darklands, you don't think so.
Oh,
So
No, yeah, Desmond did not say like you will be going through the Darklands at some point.
Right.
He didn't
like that would be a much longer journey than you were
Signing
prepared
up
for.
Before we go in, Bastard needs 20 minutes. Just
I will.
refocus.
I will deep perception this room after he mentions the glass bottle thing. If I
Okay.
can just like, is there a take 20 in second edition? I don't even know.
No, but you can certainly roll a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the doctor will join in that. Looking around.
22 on the room.
I
22
rolled the
on
same,
the
actually.
room.
22.
22 on the room. 22 on the room.
11.
Like
on the room.
minds.
Well, the 22 doesn't find anything, but the 11, on the other hand. With a 22, you all, the two of you looking, Kashak and Dr. Forsyth, are kind of like, scrounging through the rubble. It's clear that, like, recent debris has fallen because there's still, like, kind of this dust in the air. There's no wind or anything to like, kind of clear out the air here. So there's still, like, lingering particles that are drifting of, like, this thin dust from whatever collapse took place recently. And as you're sifting through the pieces of rubble that had been on the ground, you find two things. One is a small glass vial.
Whoa.
Two
Unexpected.
Nice.
is a rune inscribed on a stone. It's a rune stone.
Oh my god, that's huge.
Wow, holy crap.
That is so
Awesome.
big.
Wow.
Could I identify the rune?
Sure, go ahead and roll Arcana.
And also perception of the glass vial.
Sure.
That's a 24 Arcana.
24 perception on the vial.
What the heck, Jack?
Get off my dice.
It is a weapon potency rune, +1.
On the
Yeah.
rune, which means there's no cost to transfer it to a weapon. Oh,
Oh,
my
that's so
god,
nice.
that's so massive.
The vial. Oh, the vial, the vial, the vial. It is a small glass vial with a cork stopper. It appears to be a like murky green liquid, slightly congealed. It's like a very dark, blackish green, murky. It looks like it has little lumps in it, of something or other. And as you're like turning the vial, it's very viscous.
Okay. Would a nature check allow me to identify anything closer, or does it feel out of my territory?
This seems out of your territory.
Okay.
Perhaps
I'll
if
just
you
pass it
knew
off to...
anyone with alchemical knowledge, they might be
Oh, if
able
only
to,
there was an alchemist.
might be able to tell.
I think he'll just... I imagine, like... I think of, like, Dr. Forsyth finds the runestone, and Kashak finds the vial, and we just, like, look at each other and just trade. Like, we just, like, give each other what we found. Does anybody else...
Crafting? Does crafting help? Or does it have to be
Yeah,
like?
does it
Have to be
alchemical?
craft alchemy to identify it.
Okay.
There is no craft alchemy anymore. There's the alchemical crafting skill feat. But
I think it's called
crafting is just... The skill is just crafting.
Which I am trained in crafting.
Man, it would help if I knew the rules of this game and weren't just relying on incorrect assumptions from first edition. You would need alchemist tools
Okay.
Well,
And-
it's already out, yeah.
and 10 minutes of uninterrupted time to test it.
Let's leave it alone.
Yeah.
Well, let's take it.
But the bright side is you don't need to be trained in any specific skill to do so. You would just need access to the alchemical tools, various like test strips, and agents that would tell you what's going on.
Okay.
Cool.
all right, bag of holding, both.
Yeah, but just hold on to them for now.
Yeah.
There is a pile of large boulders and rubble covering what appears to be an ancient arched doorway. You all can attempt to remove the rubble with your...
I am not very strong. Perhaps Kashak, this might be more your wheelhouse,
Yeah,
maybe?
I think the gigantic lizard will walk over to try to move the rocks.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
Astro, you're pretty beefy. You could probably back him up too.
I am not beefy.
You've got those hands. You've got those hands.
I just,
though.
Steel
I'm just light and quick.
I just drew him that way. Oh, okay.
No, he's dexterous.
Well, you can be cut and still
Drawn,
weak.
I'm drawn that way.
Yeah, he's cut exactly.
Yeah, he's toned.
Yeah,
Okay, athletics.
yeah, athletics.
Oh baby, 24.
Yeah, so without too much issue, you watch as Kashak just sticks these two meaty claws into the center of the pile of rubble and just like rips out this large boulder from the center and like tosses it behind him. The rest of the rubble and rock just coming clattering down and spreading out along the floor at his feet, revealing an old, again, just ancient stone door.
Kashak, that was very impressive.
Thank you. It's not my first
A
time.
little applause.
It's not my
Yeah.
first time moving
Oh
stones.
yes, well done,
for
well done, well
access.
done. You all hold up signs. One of them's a 9 because Bastard sucks.
Not my first time adjusting large boulders with which we might access the Darklands.
And he'll just like look at you all.
Oddly specific.
If I had a copper
Alright.
for every time I
I'd have 2 copper, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah.
That comment is what my Iruxi brothers and I call a unqua, which is, I think, a joke.
And then he'll turn
Well
around
done.
and start
Well done, Kashak.
start listening at the
think
door.
that.
Speaking of polyglots,
Let's listen to the door, shall we?
sure.
Oh, said listening to the door?
Yes.
Yeah, so Astro pulls out the brass ear.
Oh no.
The brass ear.
Which all it does is lowers the DC of trying to listen in. It doesn't even add to your perception.
Very good, because I rolled an 11.
I rolled a 3. So that's an 8 total.
What's my 11 get me?
Yeah. You put your head, both of you, your heads up against the door. This cool, smooth stone. The architecture on it is beautiful. You see intricate, still in common, like intricate poems written across. Most of it faded, but you can make out individual letters. Hence why you know it, that it would be in common. What appear to be like poems or sayings or not scripture, but like stories. And what was at one point just like a depiction of like the Starstone. Just a crude, crude now because of the wear, but an elegant depiction of the Starstone along the central face of this door. You put your ear up to this cold stone, and you hear nothing.
Alright, before we open the door, Bastro's gonna cast Detect Magic. So a 30-foot a 30-foot emanation pulses out from me.
And a 24 perception for traps also. For shock.
Okay.
I think while they're like doing the dirty work, the doctor is really taking time to like admire the Starstone inscription on this door, and he's like sort of mesmerized by it for a second.
No magical auras that you're unaware of already.
Okay.
What would you all like to do?
24 for
Kishak
traps on
rolled.
the door.
No traps. As far as you were able to tell.
If he looks behind and everyone seems ready to go, I will open it. Oh wait, did we take our 20
hold
minutes?
on.
Did we do that?
We took 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
That's done. We're ready to go.
That happened, yeah. That
Did
was
anyone have anything else
Wait,
they wanted to
so
do?
these I don't remember what they're called, but they're fiends. So
Yes.
so the most effective damage against them will probably be some sort of divine magics. So maybe we should have Bastro.
I don't have any divine
You don't have any of
offensive
that?
spells.
Uh,
Not divine
offensive.
offensive spells.
Yeah.
not
But he is
offensive.
pretty offensive.
All right. Well,
Just in
in
general.
that case, never mind.
Divine magic is often offensive anyway. It's best we don't use it.
I think you're a bit prejudiced there. All right.
Maybe we should have the doctor talk to them. They
Yeah.
seem to.
Shock can sense this conversation getting weird and meta. He'll kick open the door.
The door pushes open without too much effort. It seems like the whatever kind of cave-in happened here loosened the door frame, and what might have once been a tight seal is now just a loose door frame, and opens up into a stairwell.
Okay,
Oh.
before we go down, Bastard's gonna drink a minor healing potion because I just realized my health is low.
Oh,
Oh, what? Do you need healing? I can heal you.
Or that, yeah. Go ahead.
Imagine
and
if we had
And consumables.
at least 10 minutes of uninterrupted time to do something.
Yeah.
I just realized I had low
if we're
health
gonna
points.
do that, we need 10 minutes. But
Well, he
But
already
10
took 20
of the
minutes.
20 could
Yeah.
have been.
You guys already
Okay.
took 20 minutes, so you can just do 2 heal checks if
maybe.
you like.
during part of that, yeah. Okay. So I can. So save
me
your
up, Doc.
consumable. Yeah,
Alright,
save your
I will, yeah.
consumable.
Okay.
I'll do a treat wounds on you.
They always say save your consumables for combat, but like, we never actually use them.
I use them.
Not sure. I'm not convinced of the theory that consumables are better for combat, but I know that's.
Well, no, but there's just no reason to use consumables if we have other means. You save consumables for when you don't have other means.
Yeah, when you're out of heals. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I spend 20 minutes instead of 10, if that does anything. Sorry. No, I think it's only if I spend an hour instead of 10 minutes. Okay. How much are you? Are you down like a significant amount?
I'm down 14.
Oh, okay. So I will roll on this to try and get my like crazy healing off. All right.
Get the crazy heal.
Oh, and that's a 17 plus a lot, so I get it. So you get lots of healing. You get, I did not roll great on the 2d8, but that shouldn't matter too much. 20, you get 24 points of healing back.
Well, yeah, that's my max. Thank you. All right.
It's like better than modern medicine.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And he's just like slapping a band-aid and some chewed up leaf paste on there, like
Yeah, like
He's got like these like healing salves that like he has spent like a lifetime developing.
within the game, like Kashak could take a spear through the abdomen and take like 15 points of damage, and like we'd be shocked that 15 points of damage was dealt with one spear. But then he like heals up 24 with like a pat on the back and some good bedside
a little
manner.
kiss on the forehead, and you're all set to go.
The medic dedication is broken.
It's weird, pretty weird. So Kashak can explore, but he needs the light, so he needs Bastard to be right behind him.
Okay, that's fine. I can do that.
He's down to go into the room.
Bastard's got his
I
torch
can
out.
still take up the rear.
Kashak cannot get into the room.
Oh,
this
you're
is
right.
still
I can't
Interesting.
There seems to be some sort of
either.
force field.
I want to identify magic, please.
Force.
He will step in. Ah, I'm in. He is.
Yeah, so it's this
Here's the force
stone
field.
stairwell leading down, even further down. Get to a landing here, pretty straightforward, nothing much to speak of.
And bow is drawn, by the way.
Bow is drawn. Are you using colored pencils, pens?
Paints, actually,
Get it?
acrylic.
Oh, like drawn.
It's entirely unamused. All
I'm
right.
thinking this like step by step.
I know. Hey, the suspense is killing me.
I'm just
What's
ready
gonna
for a room
happen?
of like 17 Vargui stacked on top of each
Kashak,
other.
keep moving.
He's just like tiptoeing down the staircase.
I think
So-
Kashak is like too big for the whole staircase, so he's like trying to get around everything.
my
and, like everyone's like,
God.
what is it taking so long?
He's like trying to go sideways, but his tail keeps like slapping up against the wall.
Raping on the walls.
So you get to the bottom of the staircase, and you've gone down now, what is it, 3 flights of steps, so about another 30 feet. Down, descent. You realize that you're getting out into this kind of like open area here. The cavern, or cave system, whatever this concoction or conglomeration is, begins to open up once more.
It seems to direct us to the left and to the right.
I'll step out a little bit more, try to see a little
I'm
bit
gonna
more
need you to stop
around.
right there.
Yeah,
Boy.
with nothing else to work with, he would just step out there, I think.
Didn't
need you
check
to
for
stop
traps.
right there.
Not a rogue.
As you round the corner, or I guess step out into this cavern.
Instant paralyzed.
This will be fun. This will definitely be fun. First thing I need you to do is throw on some combat music and roll initiative.
Okay.
Oi.
Because 2 creatures, these like pale-skinned, red-eyed creatures with like thick shocks of black hair, step out from behind the wall on either side of Kashak, where they were hiding, and attempt to stab him with daggers.
Oh, so not Vargui.
At least not the description of Argui that you are familiar with.
Those freaking rat folk.
Those frickin' rats! I think this will activate my scout dedication.
Any chance I could argue for a stealth, for
No,
my...
none of you claimed that you were doing any kind of sneaking.
Yeah. Since I am rolling perception, Kashak will shout out, "Creatures, left and right!" And that will give you guys a +1 circumstance bonus to your initiative rolls.
Nice.
So,
Trigger for you too, or is that just allies?
It's a good question. You visually or audibly warn your allies of danger, granting them each a +1 circumstance bonus to their initiative rolls. I would argue that I am my own ally.
Me, myself, and I.
I am my greatest ally, in fact.
2 dagger attacks coming in on Kashak. First one, flat-footed, by the way. 26.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Second one, also a 26.
Jeez.
Those will both hit.
This will be fun. This will be fun.
Are those crits?
No.
Okay.
First dagger does 7 points of piercing
Okay.
plus 6 points
Ow.
of precision.
Ow.
And I need you to roll fortitude save for me.
Oh my god.
Do you want my initiative, or like we just gonna skip that?
Well, let's resolve this first because your initiative just might not matter.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Fortitude save, 16 on the fort save.
16 on the fort save is a pass. You feel alright. You feel alright. I need you to roll another fortitude save though for the second
Strong
dagger.
lizard.
As the second dagger deals 7 points of piercing
Okay.
and 2 points of precision.
Okay.
Oh my god, that was so much damage.
Yeah, Kashak is very hurt. That is a 25 on the next one.
25. It's a good thing he was drawing his bow. 25, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Initiatives. Kashak.
25.
25. Dr. Forsyth.
The doctor got a 26.
Bastro.
I also got a 26.
Okay, decide amongst yourselves who's going first. And Twinkle Toes.
How did I end up last with a 20?
Because you only rolled a 20.
You know what's funny? I actually also got a 26. I didn't count for my own +1 from Scout's Warning, but I'll go last.
That just sounds like wishful thinking.
Since I lied.
I would like to go first, if that's okay, Bastro.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sure. Yeah, that's probably smart.
Okay, so Doctor, then Bastro, then Kashak. That's the intra-party order that
Correct.
we've decided?
Correct.
All right, and we'll continue this combat first round as it opens up.
Man.
Oh my god.
Right after our break. We'll see you back here at 8:35 Eastern Standard. And that is
Wow.
not daylight saving time, or is daylight saving
Eastern
time?
Daylight Time, baby.
Eastern
We are
Daylight Time.
saving. Or we are.
We'll see you in 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with a thrilling combat.
See you guys.
See you soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this combat. Let's get some music rolling as we figure out how and who dies.
Shock.
Yeah, because Shock's gonna, yeah, seriously, just got freaking sideswiped by spears.
Just got rocked. Yeah,
Were we literally just talking about you getting attacked by spears?
was it spears? Were they spears?
There were spears that you had mentioned when we were talking about. Yeah, it's funny.
Well, these are daggers that he got
daggers.
slapped with.
Oh, I thought you said spears. Okay.
But it doesn't really matter
No,
if
you're just wrong.
if they cut you up and cut you up good
like
enough.
that, I would have just like lost it.
All right. So, unfortunately, one of these creatures here will go first.
No way.
Wow.
No way! What? Beating a 26? 3 of us got 26s!
These are quick.
He didn't just beat a 26. He beat 3 26.
3!
Yeah.
That's such an insane difference.
By that logic, each of these creatures is 3 times better than any singular person in your group.
Oh
So-
my god. You give us a free archetype and you think you're all that.
Well, now you know why.
You just wanted to kill us.
First thing that's gonna happen. First thing that's gonna happen is. Oh, you guys are so screwed. The light around you all blinks out entirely as you hear a. Well, I don't know if you would recognize it. You hear the mumbling of one of these creatures, and he like snaps his fingers.
Hold
and
on, if it's
light-
a language, Bastro just learned a ton of them.
We'll
Bastard, what
see.
languages do you speak? That's a good question.
Should I just name them all? Screw it.
Yes.
I'll do it right now. Okay, common obviously, and then elven, dwarven, draconic, halfling, celestial, abyssal, jotun, undercommon, and
Elvin was the last one.
So, you hear this creature speaking in what you assume to be undercommon, but it is speaking.
hey, there we go.
It is speaking what you can only make out to be like the words of a spell. As the lights in the room coming only from Bastro, your light spell, correct?
The
cantrip?
torch, actually.
A torch?
Torch.
Oh yeah.
Yep, torch.
So the torch, you can still feel the heat emanating off of it. However, none of you can see. Even if you have,
I do have dark vision. Is this a?
Can't
is this
see.
Even, is magical darkness? Okay,
can't
yeah.
see.
Hate
Wow.
magical darkness.
Really not good for you all.
The worst.
And then
What does this mean?
bad
Means
things.
Means I leave. Means I
Um,
leave this room entirely.
Bad things. Another dagger attack with the third action coming out against the flat-footed Kashak.
Patrick,
16.
that's a miss.
That's a miss.
Thank God! Wow.
Amazing.
Woo.
Amazing.
I was sweating.
So,
Papa Molly, I'm sweating.
Dr. Forsyth.
So how does the fact that it is now magically dark, how does that affect my actions?
You cannot see anything. You are considered flat-footed. You can move around. Let's see here.
Enemies, I'm assuming have like total concealment from me.
Yeah, so they would be undetected from you, or this is tricky. This is actually something we haven't dealt with, and it's weird that it's happening at second level, but here we are.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than weird.
They are undetected from you, so they would get
DC 11
It's a
plus 50%.
Yeah, 50% mischance.
Yeah.
If you even know that they're there, you can't even see them.
So you can use the seek action to try and find undetected creatures.
Yeah, in a 10-foot box adjacent to where you are when you do the seek action.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I would like to stride as my first action. He's going to move through Bastro and Kashak. He's going to kind of stumble his way through. This is very bizarre for him because he's used to being able to see in darkness.
You like feel the heat of the torch, its flame like brushing against the side of your face as you push past.
Yeah, I think he hears these like spirit or these like knife attacks, and like Kashak maybe like scream out, and he's frantically trying to get to him because it sounded very deadly. So he gets to about here, and he puts his hands out and says, "Kashak, is that you?"
Yes. Please don't grab my tail like that. I don't appreciate it.
I'm glad it was your tail. And Kashak the doctor will spend his second action to battle medicine Kashak.
Thank God.
And in pitch black, he's gonna do his best to try and mend him up.
How does this work? Am I
Yeah,
undetected from you?
Does that have any effect? Like, does darkness have it? On any effect on battle medicine?
I'll let you roll it. I'm not gonna let you use assurance on this one. I'll let you roll it
Okay.
with a -4.
Roll with a -4. Okay, that seems fair. All right. Okay, natty 15, which means it's basically an 11.
So, a
Plus-
creature or object within darkness is undetected unless the seeker has dark vision or a precise sense other than vision. But we had said that magical darkness will supersede dark vision. Is that correct?
Correct.
Where are we getting that from?
There is an ability known as Greater Dark Vision.
Yes, that's true.
So,
But
heightened spell
does
darkness. Even creatures with dark vision can barely see through darkness. So, there's a heightened version of the darkness spell level 2 that affects dark vision, which implies that the darkness spell would not affect people with dark vision.
Light does not enter the area in any non-magical sources. This also was dark. So I'd have to go to dark vision. This is a good question. Good question.
You see, you're looking at that heightened spell, right?
Yeah.
Because if I am undetected from you, you can't target me. So if you don't know where I am, you can't heal me. But if you as a dark
Okay,
vision
so if you have dark vision, you can see.
Okay.
Okay,
so
I have
then
dark
you can
vision.
target me. Okay.
So then don't worry about the -4.
Okay, well, I've already rolled it, and I got a natty 15, which means +9, 24. So I have surpassed the DC 20. Kashak, you get 22 points of healing back.
That is exactly what I took.
Wow.
Absurd.
What a
absurd.
turn.
What a character.
And that, and then third action, I think he'll kind of. Do I know what? Since I have dark vision, do I recognize what's happening with this spell? Like, would I even notice something was different? I guess I would
you would.
because.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your light vision from the torch disappears. Everything goes grayscale.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
that
see the
grayscale.
fact that the torch is still lit. Like, in the sense that it is still on fire.
So is there an action to like point out a creature to like because I know no one else has dark vision in the party. So is there an action I can do to say, "Hey, the person is right here." Like is that something I can do?
I mean, you could aid them, take the aid another action, and they would still have to roll the mischance, but they would know which square to target.
Okay, then I will do that. I will take the aid action and use my third action to prepare to aid Kashak in attacking either of the creatures next to him. And the doctor will say, Kashak, they're flanking you on either side. They're immediately next to you. So he'll spend his third action just like being very clear about where they are and readying the aid reaction. That's my turn.
Okay. Give me one moment. This is something that this stuff that I'm revealing now is what the doctor can see only. By the way.
Yeah, I mean, none of us can see anything past our noses.
Yeah. Just for what it's worth. Okay. Up next is going to be Kashak. Or no, excuse me, Bastro.
Astro.
Astro. So I cannot target Kashak, right? Because I can't see. So okay.
Well, wouldn't it still just be a 50% like fail chance?
If I am undetected by a creature, that creature cannot see me at all, has no idea what space I occupy, and can't target me, though I may still be affected.
You'd have to
by
search
ability
first,
target
and then
area.
you'd have to use an action to search, and then do your thing.
Seek.
Seek.
Target a creature you're undetected by can guess which square you're in to try targeting you, but that's where the 50% miss chance comes in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to seek Kashak out.
Okay.
Do I have my perception to that?
That is a perception check, yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 17.
17.
It's against my stealth DC of any undetected creatures in the area.
Can I also just say like Kashak, like yell out to me, please? Like,
Yeah, that
where are
wouldn't be appropriate. I think
I'll
you would
let
still
you
know that,
take
but
an
I'm
action
not
to
about it.
find him. You're still gonna need the action to locate the person.
I take an action to reach my hand out and touch Kashak and just make sure he's still there, and I didn't just like get teleported somewhere.
Yeah, so like, again, if everyone could like not touch my tail in that way, I would appreciate that. That's a little uncomfortable for me.
What are you casting on him?
Stoke the Heart, of course.
Okay.
Naturally.
Kashak, sorry about that. Sounded really bad what just happened, but it's up to you, man. You're the front line now.
Really wasn't good, but I'll try my best. Thanks for the help.
And then third action, I'll cast Guidance. No. I'm gonna cast Shield on myself, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Now it's Kashak's turn.
All right, so I'm gonna try my best to attack this creature.
Okay.
So he alerted me to its presence, so I can target that square and then DC 11 flat check.
Go ahead and roll to hit first.
Right.
And I would like to use my reaction for aid. What am I rolling as my aid skill here?
Perception.
Okay.
15.
I do not aid.
Okay. Yeah, it's just with the darkness, even with Forsyth's attempt to point it out, saying, "Hey, that guy is right next to you," is only but so helpful. You swing and a miss.
I'll try again against the same creature. These are all claw attacks,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like swinging out with my hands.
Just throwing hands.
Throwing hands. Not very good. Yeah, worse roll.
Okay.
After that, he will try to like. How does my movement work in darkness? He's gonna try to stop being flanked. So he wants to
Yeah, the doctor did tell you they were flanking you.
try to step around where he thinks the creature is and like move. Just
You like
in,
bounce into a wall, so you feel the wall there.
and then he'll like put a hand behind him, feel the wall kind of turn around, and then move to like I guess like there is the only reasonable way that he would move, and then he would like feel open space and wouldn't really go any farther. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'll do.
This creature will now act.
Super cool turn.
This creature will take a step. It notices that Dr. Forsyth can see because he, is not acting like he's completely blind. So he's going to go after Dr. Forsyth. What is he going to do?
What are these like bandages on these guys' head?
Because like wrapped up in their like pale, gaunt creatures with these red eyes, this like
They're
Yeah.
spiky
edgelords.
blue hair.
Yeah, Will, I can see them. What do they look like?
They're very pale. They look humanoid, although they're slightly smaller than your average human. Very pale skin. They have again, these deep red eyes. It almost looks like albino eyes, although it doesn't look like they have albinism. And they have this dark bluish black hair. Other than that, they're covered in this dark mixture of leather and cloth. It kind of conceals their form and almost erases their form in the darkness.
And the bandages? Is this like a chic, from Zelda type thing?
I think that a lot of that is stylized. Yeah,
Okay.
but
okay.
sure, they have bandages on their face. I don't know.
But they are devoid of wings coming
Yeah.
out of the ears.
They are
and
definitely not
tentacles.
flying heads.
Yeah.
That is a good question, EJ.
They have
yeah.
bodies attached.
Yes.
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
They have bodies, yeah.
It's gonna take
Definitively not.
2 dagger attacks out of Dr. Forsyth. First one, oh baby. Rolling rocks tonight. That's a 29.
Ah!
Yeah,
That's a crit.
that's unfortunate.
What?
Rocks, man.
Holy crap.
That's not good.
It's gonna be only. Wait, precision damage does get doubled. Oh.
Oh god, we did. Yes, we did learn this. That precision damage on a
Oh, wait.
crit.
You
Wait,
can
I'm not
you can see
flat-footed.
him
I'm
and he's not
flat-footed.
flanking. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not flat-footed.
You're
So
fine.
slow
You're
your roll there.
fine. You're fine.
Get out of here.
In which case, it's only a meager
Would that be
16
a
points of piercing
27 to
damage.
hit then? Since he's not flat-footed?
Well, flat-footed's on the defender's side,
Yeah.
not the attacker's
Okay,
side.
Yeah.
okay.
That's 16 points of piercing damage, as the dagger just like
Yikes. Okay.
slams into your back, like right into a kidney. That's good. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
My turn didn't get skipped, did it?
It did not.
Okay.
This
These
creature
guys are
goes
fast as hell.
before
I'm
you.
just-
Yeah.
My 20 was just the last in the
Yeah, everyone
is
rolled 20 plus on initiative. Very cool.
Unfortunate that happened. Yes.
Ugh.
So that was the first dagger attack. I also need you to roll a fortitude save for me, just for fun. Just for fun.
Oh god, yeah, I'm so good at fortitude.
As-
Poisoned weapons.
As the knife slips out, you see this like
Okay,
thick black
22.
goo
22.
on the outside. Oh, you're fine. Nothing to worry about. Dr. Forsyth is in better shape than he's ever been before. Second dagger. Interesting. 21.
Yeah, that hits.
It's gonna be
Oh, level 2.
6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
You're doing great, guys. You're doing great.
Yeah.
That's the end of that creature's turn, which means it is now Twinkle Toes. It is pitch black.
So, movement is affected how?
You can stumble your way around.
Okay, but my speed is
No.
still
No.
Everything I was doing was sort of flavorful. It's not like I'm mechanically.
Yeah, you're not
restricted.
reduced in any way.
15, 20, 25. Technically could get there for 25.
Yeah, that's one of those like, would you know that creature is there for you to get around it and flank it?
You know.
That's
probably, you
questionable.
know.
Hey, but not out of the question.
But yeah.
The doctor is screaming out in pain, like, "Oh, this guy who is diagonally 5 feet away from the stairs."
Yeah, I don't know.
The
That's
doctor's just yelling at Twinkle Toes like left, right, straight.
yeah, Twinkle Toes getting into
air traffic controller.
perfect tactical position at the maximum extent of her movement range in pitch darkness.
Seems reasonable. Okay, so for my second action.
We're just gonna walk past that one. It's fine. You're gonna die anyway.
Cool, I figured. Cool. For my second action, I would like to seek.
Okay.
For this dude.
Sure. Which 10-foot square are you gonna put the seeking box in?
This one.
Go figure. Continue.
Directly in front of her, right?
Cool.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Thank you. 17.
17. You have no idea where this creature is.
Wow.
Great. I am going to raise my dueling cape defensively,
Okay.
but hopefully give Dr. Forsyth some flanking.
Crazy how that just happened to work out.
Wow.
That is the end of Twinkle Toes' turn. Which means it is the start of round 2, the beginning of this guy's turn.
Don't like it.
It's not the best position you guys have been in. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, magical darkness sucks.
Well, and so it's like, if they're both the same, it seems like they both might be some sort of caster.
Once he's done with it, or if we stop his, it might just come right back. I think it's just something we gotta deal with. Curse my gator eyes.
Do you have
All you need
scent?
are normal human eyes,
Yeah.
dude. That's all you need. Normal human eyes.
This guy is not going to let his quarry get away. So he'll take a step 5, 10, 15 to here. Try to block off Kashak's exit.
Okay.
And will attempt to hit you with a dagger.
And even though he's not flanked, is Kashak flat-footed?
Yes, because it is undetected.
Yeah,
Wow.
creatures that
God,
are
this
undetected.
sucks.
But that is only a 14, so
That'll miss.
you're fine.
I won't play.
You're fine. Second dagger, however, is going to come out. 18
That'll hit.
for 5 points of precision. Or excuse me, 5 points of piercing, 3 points of precision, and a fortitude save, if you wouldn't mind.
I would mind, but I'll still do it.
That's what I thought.
Ooh. I will hero point that. I'll have to use a different die. Nice. 20.
20.
20.
Okay.
20.
Yes, you're fine.
Nice.
You're so fine. As he's striking out Bastro, you hear in at least normal Undercommon,
Undercommon.
not like casting a spell Undercommon, you hear, "You and the rats will die for your theft."
What?
I knew it had something to do with the
We
rats.
got roped in
Oh
with
my
these
God.
thieves.
And that's the end of his turn.
Missed.
Where is it? Dr. Forsyth.
The doctor's gonna call us. I have no idea what they're saying. Bastro, can you get anything? And he is going to, as his first action, use his extra use of double dipping battle medicine on himself.
Go figure.
That's an ability I get as a medic. I can, even if the cooldown has been used, I can once per day ignore that. And I'm going to do it on myself. And I'm going to try and roll on this one.
Always keep the healer alive.
Okay, I'm hero pointing that first roll. Okay.
Did you natural
that
one
is
it?
20 I got a 6, which I think would have been fine, but I need my crazy healing
Bonus
because
healing, yeah.
I'm almost dead. So I got a 21 on my reroll, so I got the bonus healing for 28 points of healing.
28 points of healing. Keeping yourself together.
So he really quickly just bathes himself in these salves that he has.
Just like
Second action.
popping a blood transfusion. It's coming in as
Yeah,
fast as it's leaking
on
out.
the spot.
Yeah.
The doctor's sick of this, and he realizes he's the only one that can see normally, so he's going to attempt to devise a stratagem against this guy in front of him,
Okay.
and just wail on him, or try to. Oh God, it's a natural 4.
Imagine if you had a hero point.
Yeah, seriously. As part of that, I do get a free recall knowledge on whatever these are, which I would like to use.
Roll society.
That's a natural 1 for an 11.
No idea.
Fail no matter what.
Wow.
I have no
right.
idea.
I love
well-
the worst you could roll.
As my third action,
Oh.
feeling that I even though I can see I'm not gonna be able to get a good. And I get to use my shared stratagem. So this creature is now flat-footed to Twinkletoes until the end for her next strike. It is flat-footed against Twinkletoes. And my third action, I will ready the aid action and be shouting, "Twinkletoes, he's right in front of you! Right in front of you!"
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. Oh, Bastro.
Alright, Bastro in common, not undercommon, but normal common, is just gonna yell out, "They think we're with the Whisker Brothers. Apparently they stole something from them." And then in undercommon, he's gonna call out to one of the two beings that he doesn't even know what they look like yet, because it's pure darkness. He's gonna say, "We're not with the rat people. we just came down here on our own. Like we don't have anything that you own. Why are you attacking us?
Go ahead and roll diplomacy, and that will count as an
Yeah.
action.
Yeah, I figured.
What if we
Please.
do have something they
That's a
own?
5.
Lies of a thief. And they continue about
Okay.
massacring
Hey,
your friends.
They talked, right? So that means we get a bonus on seek actions against that one. Right?
No.
We can get a better sense of where they are. Come on.
Yes,
Are we
humanoids.
sure?
Humanoids
What the-
famously known for their hearing-based perception.
I don't know.
Are
If
we
it's not-
sure we don't have anything that they own?
No, we definitely have something. I think that
We
they
have the
own.
vial.
It-
We have the vial.
Yeah.
Shoot.
The doctor has it, right?
Would
Hey, not the back-
would Bastard
That's
know the
in the bag,
languages
yeah.
that the doctor knows?
Say again?
Would
Maybe.
Bastard know the languages that the doctor knows?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
sure
I
you would
know
have talked about it
common-
at some point.
Common, Dwarven, Elven, Infernal, and Necrol.
Okay, in Elven, Bastard's gonna call out to doctor and be like, should we show him the one trinket we found earlier?
Who carries the bag of holding? Have we
I do.
established?
Bastard.
Bastard.
I do. I can do it right
Oh,
now.
Bastard does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doctor's gonna say yes. He was gonna respond in Elven. Yes, get whatever it takes to get our light back, our vision. We're screwed.
Okay, so after hearing that, Bastard's gonna take a second action to reach into the bag of holding and pull out.
He's gonna say,
Yeah.
tell him we found it. That we're not with the rats,
Yeah.
but we found it.
Right, and he's gonna pull it out and he's gonna say, "Is this what you're looking for? We found it here, up above, a few levels above." And he's gonna show, and he's just gonna hold it in the air. He has no idea like if they can see it or
Yeah,
not.
where they are to look at them.
Sure. Okay. We'll say that's the end of your turn, and you'll have to wait until their turn to see their reaction.
Fuck. I'm just standing there like an idiot.
Holding this up and no one. Like...
Just imagining Bastard standing at the bottom of the stairs like, Kashak. You hear yelling in Undercommon,
Yeah, nothing he understands.
then
He's hearing-
Common, then Elven, then Undercommon, and you can see nothing that's going on.
The only thing he heard is that we don't have anything, and then he's like, just a bunch of gibberish. So I'm just gonna, I mean, I would have probably heard him scuffle away from this space, and I felt him in this direction, but I think it would still require a seek action to find him. But I'll point it in like this 10-foot square since I felt it
Yeah.
to like that
Yeah,
side
yeah.
of me.
Yeah.
So perception.
Oh, I just realized it made no sense for me to make this creature flat-footed against you, E.G.
Yeah, I
he's
have no
already
idea where he is.
flat-footed.
Well, you can't make him.
Well-
There's no point in doing anything, right? Like it doesn't affect.
Well,
him
that's
at all.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, 27 perception in this little 10-foot square. So I know he's right next to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what did you get? What was the total?
27
Oh,
percent.
yeah, fine. Yeah, you know where he is.
Okay, so now I know he's there with my first action. Second action, I'm going to try to hit him with a claw attack.
Okay.
I'll try to swipe with the left claw. That's another natural 19 for a 26.
Yo.
Here
Okay.
comes below an 11 on the flat check.
Yeah,
Can't
roll
wait
flat check for the
it.
concealment.
Roll 3 on the flat check.
Ah,
Hit attack. That's what I get for rolling 2 19s in a row. Here's
So
my,
you make contact, but you feel like the cold steel of a blade as the dagger whips up and just like pops your claws off to the side.
I'm gonna roll a second claw attack here. That is a 12
12.
to hit.
Not quite.
So,
Not quite. But that is the end of Kashak's turn.
likely the end of Kashak.
Beginning of this guy's turn. He will step up. Bastard, you feel the vial swiped out from your hand. And you hear an undercommon, "Where is the rest?"
Bastard actually knows. Is he talking to me?
Yeah, he's in your
Okay,
face
yeah,
now, speaking
figured.
to you.
Bastard can't really see. I guess he just hears it right in front of his face. Bastard's like, we know where the brothers went. They went to the surface level. So, I don't know if you can go after them or not. Also, can you please lift this darkness? I cannot see any.
Shit. Well, beats trying to get back home through those flying monsters. Out of my way. And he'll like push past you. Tiano! We've got to follow the brothers. And you, Bastard, you're the only one who understands this. So he like uses the rest, and you hear him like, not flying, but metaphorically flying up the steps. And then the other creature, Kashak, you feel it like almost shoulder checking you as it passes by. And then Bastard, you're pushed to the other side of the stairs, like from one end to the other side of the stairs, as it rushes up afterwards, and you guys are out of initiative.
How rude.
Thank God. Oh
It's
my
still
Right.
pitch black.
It's still pitch black. So Dr. Bastard has like his hands out. I don't want to move.
Yeah.
I don't want to fall down the stairs.
So the doctor will take some time and like he'll lead Bastro down the stairs slowly onto common ground. He'll like
Oh,
maybe
thank goodness.
he'll reach out his hand and say, "Kashak, take my hand."
And
he'll,
you still see Kashak like claws out, snarling underneath his breath, like just like
They're gone. They're gone. They've left. Bastro convinced them to leave. And he'll go over and yeah, he'll see Twinkle Toes moving closer and say, "Bastro's right next to you, Twinkle Toes, right there." I suppose we just wait out whatever spell this is.
Hopefully it'll fade.
Thank God, Bastro, that you speak Undercommon and suddenly learned many new languages overnight. we would be dead if not for you.
For a while. What are you talking about?
That Duolingo subscription really came in handy on this.
If the Duolingo bird wasn't constantly threatening to murder you, you'd...
Yeah, Peter's been the Duolingo album.
Peter, oh my God.
Seems like you're falling behind on your Aklo. Kashak will, in the darkness, drop to one knee and like reach out and try to hold Bastro and be like,
Thank you from me as well. You have saved my life once again, and it seems as though your leadership is unquestionable at this point. I owe you my life over and over.
And like halfway through his sentence, you feel this oppressive weight of darkness fade. The torch flickers back, and you see that Kashak is like kneeling, facing like 45 degrees off kilt of where Bastro is. Just like talking into the rock, next to him.
Thank you for the kind words, Kashak. Let's try to figure out what to do next, though.
yeah, let's.
That was pretty intense.
I would make a strong case that we rest an hour, at least. Several of us were very hurt, and
What?
mechanically
I didn't
speaking-
get touched.
Twinkle Toes, consider yourself lucky. Those daggers were gnarly and were laced with something. I'm sure of it.
I didn't
Kashak, how
use
badly
my
are you hurt?
saving throw thing.
I've seen better days, but I will be fine to trudge on if needed.
I mechanically speaking, it would be smart if we rested an hour, because after an hour, my battle medicine refreshes.
Right.
That's true.
This is like a little
Yeah.
cove right here.
During that hour, I can heal Kashak, and also, I think only Kashak's hurt besides Dr. Forsyth. I
Yeah.
can't heal you, though. But
I'm back at full.
Okay, I can heal Kashak to full with my magic, and then replenish my focus spells within the time limit. It'll only take me 20 minutes.
But I feel like resting an hour for battle medicine to reset would be good.
I know, yeah. So, but like
Yeah.
during that hour, I can heal you to full within
Oh,
20
just
minutes.
like for sure. Okay, I'm down
Yeah,
11.
yeah.
I'm down 11.
Yeah, so you're full now.
All right, sick. Good. And we just kind of like hole up in this like outcropping right here behind
Yeah,
the wall to
I
the
like
right.
that. I
Yeah.
like
Sort
that.
of like rest.
How does Kashak react to the halo that forms around him? Has that happened to him yet?
No, he's not like a stranger to magical healing. He's had like shamans and people in his tribe before, and he's been around for a bit. But the halo is definitely new, and I think he can see it out of the corner of his eyes, but he'll like try to keep looking for it, and, like, twist all the way around multiple times, and just like be very confused by it. And he's trying to keep his grace and his wits about him, but he's very, very confused about all of your new abilities.
Don't worry, Kashak. It's only there to help you. You don't have to be scared of it.
Much obliged, friend.
All right,
As you guys are looking around here, the ceiling in this part of the cavern is much higher. It goes up to about 20 feet here. It's a much larger, much more open cavern. And as the staircase comes down, you see this massive pile of debris that makes up this whole, like, area here. It's just this big, massive pile of brick and cut stone and loose debris. I'll even give you a little more here as you kind of...
So twisting. It's hard to keep track of,
Yeah. And again, it's like it's not you look in here a little bit and you see just like this weird what used to be empty room, or what used to be part of this whatever building that's now sunk into this level. It's still, you're just getting this surreal feeling out of it. It's called the Undercity for a reason.
Yeah. Is it that the city has been sunk below, or has the current city built on top of this city, like intentionally?
It's just layers on layers on layers, and as over the centuries that Absalom has been here, there have been various events, floods, earthquakes, things that have sunk in various levels down, rebuilt on top of, many times over. So just all of the natural shifting of the earth, and as things have sunken into the ground due to time and the shifting and everything, it's just been rebuilt on top of. It's surreal.
It's funny because this makes me think of Seattle. I've been out to Seattle a couple times, and there are parts of Seattle that were built originally below other parts of it, and then with all the flooding that happened, they started building walkways on top of it, and then eventually they just built streets on top of the existing streets, so there were literally roads underneath of other roads. But now those are not the city. The city is on the upper levels. That's what makes me think of that this is a completely substantive undercity underneath of this that was built. Something was built on top of it.
Exactly. And some of that, it might have been planned exactly like that, where this section being a little more inland might have at one point been built lower, and then they just decided to build on top of it. Second, third levels, and then maybe it flooded over, so they repaved the streets, and then as it gradually sunk down, something or someone cleared it back out. Once it got far enough down that it wasn't going to collapse, something else put it to space to use.
Cool. Very cool.
So, yeah. And you look to your east there, and you see that there's a shallow pond that fills the western half of the chamber. And its placid surface, if one of you goes over and just takes a look, you see that it's filled with glowing cave fish that swim slowly through the water. This bioluminescence just kind of drifting.
That's cool.
And you might be getting a bit away from Basker's torch, or they left the torch over with Twinkletoes and the doctor, and you just see that this brilliance just slowly meandering through the water, maybe about football-sized fish that just drift in the...
Can I roll perception on the underneath the water to see if anything bigger is in there, if there are any threats inside the water?
Sure, go ahead.
Baster will also detect magic right where he is.
That is a natural 20 for a 28.
Nice.
As far as you're able to tell, it just looks like there is a layer of fungus or lichen that these fish are feeding off of, but it doesn't appear to be anything unnatural. It just looks like an underground pond or underground tributary of some variety. Yeah.
If it looks safe, Kashak will kind of slip to all fours and slide very quietly into the water.
Sure. Yeah.
And you see he stays underneath the surface for quite a while. He's going to try to go to the bottom.
Yeah, it's not particularly deep. It's maybe about 6, goes from like a foot deep to 2.5 feet gradually to like 4, maximum of like 8 feet deep. And you see that eventually out towards the end here, the east, all the way to the east, it like turns into like a subterranean like covered tunnel that just extends out into the darkness. And the fish are like swimming back and forth, but you have no idea where that goes.
Probably outlets to like some kind of river or tributary and out of the cave.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Nothing interesting down here. Okay. Kashak will return. I'll just swim back up. Beep boop.
Okay.
Anything down this hallway here in front of me?
You wouldn't be able to tell unless somebody with light comes with you.
You know what? That's a fair point.
Any magic around Bastro?
Not at all.
Oh, balls. All right. What do you guys want to do now? We can go
Eventually,
towards the lake.
The doctor has finally recouped enough time to
Yeah, I think he spent the hour
get
like
his supplies back together and in order.
checking his vials, maybe quickly like making something
Yeah.
together, rewrapping some bandages. Yeah,
Shoving all the toothpaste back into the toothpaste tube.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
You know how that works.
What a Herculean task.
What's up with this door? What's going on over there?
What is up with
I
that
bet
door?
it,
That's where the flying things are.
What's going on with that? Can I roll?
oh god.
Another perception there. Listening at the door. 13.
Doesn't sound like much. You don't really hear anything.
Checking for traps is a 19.
As far as you're able to tell, it is untrapped.
If everyone's good, I will open the door.
Sounds good.
Oh
Okay.
no.
You see
It's like tiny little room to an even
Yep.
tinier room.
Yep.
Nothing.
seems to be a common theme. Just the exterior walls of whatever used to be here still
Is there
remaining.
Is there
20.
anything down here?
21 perception on this room for any hidden treasures, like rings of protection, or if that's even in the game.
I'm assuming that the torch is on Bastro, so anyone
Yeah.
without dark vision moving up is
Alright,
not going to
fine.
get anything new.
I'll go back.
Yeah.
Shah.
Just 21 perception in this like tiny corner room. If there's nothing, that's fine.
Doesn't appear to be anything of interest.
Okay.
Nothing in there.
The doctor's gonna whisper to the party and say, "I'm going to sneak around to the side and see if I can maybe see where these winged creatures are. Wait with the torch for just a moment." So the doctor is gonna sneak around this way, I think.
Past the lake.
And I'll roll our stealth for this. Will
Okay.
I'm trying to stealth and see with my dark vision if I can see anything. Okay, that's a natural 1 for a 7 stealth.
Okay.
The doctor is very good at
Jeez.
stealthing.
I'm going to go around the other way and see if there's anything there.
So I'm just going to keep moving until you tell me to stop, Will, but this is the path I'm taking.
Okay.
And I think I'll get to there and peek around what I think is like a rock outcropping here. See if I see anything. Okay, I'll maybe take another step and peek around the corner. Yeah, I'll
This is so cool. So now we're like on opposite sides of this gigantic rock mound that's like separating this donut-shaped room.
take a step here.
And as you get there, you see what appears to be at the very, very end of your vision. You only have 60 feet, right?
I think it's 60 feet.
Yeah. So
I actually don't know.
the edge of your vision terminates on what looks to be the wall of a tunnel that goes down at a steep angle into the earth.
Okay. Is that the dark
Trinkleters, are you
way?
following him?
No, sorry.
Like you
Just
do.
tell-
I moved faster where the light is. My bad.
Just runs over. Hey, runs away.
Hi.
There appears to be like more, wall, built wall here.
Does it look like there's is it just solid rock along this wall here?
It looks like this is solid rock here, but this is just, you can't, I mean, you can see like...
Okay, well, I will take a step up. I'm trying to see if these if it does like create a donut, like if
Curves
it does
back around. Yeah.
So I'll
We could peek forward too.
Yeah, I think we're like 10 feet away from a wall. I'm just gonna take a peek around.
Yeah, well, there's nothing over here, so I think we're fine. So
Yeah.
the doctor he steps up here, just kind of feeling safe. Does it look like it connects at all or no?
Okay. So as you get about there, you suddenly hear the flap of wings as from the wall above you drop two
Above me?
dark figures from around the corner above you. Two dark figures. They look like basketballs with bat wings in the darkness, just hurling towards you
No.
as you see two of what you can only assume to be Varghouls
Vargabagooey.
flying straight for your face, and that is where we're gonna end it for this week.
Oh, man.
Oh, yay.
Because Dr. Forsyth is not ready for the pain that is about to be inflicted upon his world.
God.
Screwed. You're screwed, man.
I don't know what happened. I rolled a natural 1 on stealth. I was fine.
Yeah. I mean, the doctor didn't know he rolled a natural.
That's true.
Clomping around in there.
Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us this week.
Oh,
Join us next week for episode 20, the big 2-0.
Wow.
Our show is
Wow.
almost old enough to drink, sort of, almost.
Some countries.
yeah.
So thank you again for joining us. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and follow us on Twitch, but also check out our social media, especially Instagram and Twitter, for updates, announcements, arts, cool background stuff. We appreciate all of your support, and we hope to see you next week. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and have a good week.
Have a
Thanks
good
a lot,
night.
guys.
Thank you guys.
Night.
See you next week.